What's good, Joe? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of My Hero Academia Season 4. Yo, this episode was fucking awesome, man. And man, can we all just say, Karma's a bitch, isn't it? Yes, sir. Or, I legit don't know Rush Child's video. I don't know Rush Child's video. Karma's a bitch, or you get what you fucking deserve. I don't know. I guess you guys will find when the video comes out whether or not it's going to be an Uncharted 2 reference or a Joker. Either way, both of those quirks work wonders for this episode. What happened to our boy Overhaul? Fuck. After all what he did to Eddie, he got what he fucking deserved. But anyway, of course, you had the emotional Sir Night-Eye. That was great stuff. And yeah, man. Also, guys, went off to watch the episode last week. It dropped last week today with the dub. Episode dropped today along with the latest episode. Watched it, you guys. You guys see my reaction. Probably a little bit forward when this review comes out. You guys will probably already be up on the channel. And yeah, guys, that episode with the English dad, that's that part with Eddie. He's trying to get Eddie with the dub, man. It's even better with the Jap. It's even better with the dub, man. Even better with the dub, and you got Eddie's English voice, man. It makes Eddie just 10 times more depressing and just heartbreaking. You hear when you just hear that sweet, scared voice from her, man. It's just like you just want to give her a hug, man. It's even more heartbreaking with the dub, man. But anyway, enough of that. Let's just jump right into the episode. Also, guys, if I sound a bit off, I'm a little sick, a little under the weather. I've been sick for a couple days, although a few days ago I was really bad. I had a nasty cough, along with some allergies. Now it's allergy more of a nuisance, so if I sound a little different, that's all. And you guys are saying long pauses, that's why, because I'm like swallowing, and yeah. I also got some green tea alongside me, so I'll be drinking throughout my recording. This stuff's some good shit, man. I never thought I was one for green tea, but I really did this one. This is green tea with ginseng and honey. It's some good shit, guys. It's some good shit. But anyway, so start the episode off. We of course got some more stuff from Izuku versus Overhaul. Excellent fight. Seriously, whoever animated that last section where Izuku looks like the wrath of fucking God, with Aries' long hair making him look like a fucking demon. Whoever animated that in Three Bones deserves a fucking raise in my book. But anyway, but we also did this one extra scene around the end of it before we hit right to the OP, where my man Izuku, to figure out how Izuku got Overhaul back to the main ground. Now, it wasn't just the fall from the attack. My man Izuku legit suplexes him over to the ground. Yes, my man Izuku legit takes his big ass arm and just suplexes him. Which, that was awesome. See, I popped a little, your boy popped for that. Your boy did pop a little bit for Izuku dropping a fucking suplex. But anyway, that was pretty hype, though, to be fair. That was pretty hype. So we get back. We're still back with Chrono and Aizawa. He's like, and then he hears all the ruckus going on upstairs. It's like, did anyone lose? I know you wouldn't lose, would you, Kai? He calls Chisaki Kai. And, he knows that I've been watching since a very long time. And that you never take, that you always take exorbitant amount of effort to do things. You're always coming on top, yada, yada, yada. So it's like, even if you got defeated, I got the serum, as well as the destruction drugs on me, and I can just, continue his mission from there. While this is all going on, while Chrono's doing his little thing, Aizawa is slowly trying to crawl away from everybody else he can, because he moves as slow as a snail. This dude picks out, this, small little katana thing he has, this small little blade, and so afterwards, the dude's about to go in there and kill Aizawa, but thankfully in the nick of time, Tamaki comes in there and says that he actually switches his hand to a swordfish. You guys might remember, someone actually gave him a swordfish, or a swordfish, like tuna or whatever it was. Some tuna or just some swordfish. I don't know what it was, but he gave him a can that had a swordfish on it. Ate that, then he turned his hand into a swordfish, which I thought that was actually pretty cool to actually see that. That looks pretty cool. So he has it stamped, so he has it stuck in his arm. Dude comes in there and takes it out, and From there, you see the rest of the lieutenant. He tells them that resistance is useless, and we just see a bunch of the other heroes coming in there and save the day. And you got cops taking out all the other members of Chie and Saikai, Factum, Kirishima, Sir Nidai. They all come in there. They get them all sorted out, got their badges on, and put them in ambulances to get them all out. You got Rocklock and all the other guys. We see Sir Nidai, who is somehow still breathing with his boulder in him. The guy, he's like on the side to take him out back into the ambulance. We also see Bubble Girl. She's obviously shocked by this, but back to where I was. So he's getting locked up and so he's getting inside the ambulance. Izu comes in there and is like, "Sir," he's like, "Night Dial!" He's like, I tell him that All Might said that he would live and that he couldn't face you, but he wants them to meet again. So he tells Sir Knight to hang in there, and I'm like, "Fam, he hanging on by a string there. Look at him, man." But he says, "Midoriya, you twisted the future." And that's before they're like, "Hey man, we're in a hurry, we gotta go." So they send him into the ambulance. Ryukyu. Also, there's one other cool moment we actually saw with Uraraka. Almost forgot to mention Best Girl. So while Overhaul's still in midair after that devastating suplex, and we also see Izuku really struggling with Eri. Eri's power starts going really haywire on him. Eri's like, "No, he's gonna die! Stop!" Aizawa manages to come in there and erase her quirk, so that's good. But while Overhaul's in midair, my man girl Uraraka comes out of nowhere, grabs this dude by the hands, and just kind of like throws him. They kind of just will fall to the ground, and while they're sliding on the ground, Uraraka twists his arms up, and she says what was it, like gunhead martial arts. It looked pretty cool, man. I always pop for some moments with Best Girl, man. I always love seeing Uraraka in action, man. I'm always like, yeah. I always like seeing Best Girl in action, and doing badass shit like this. Always gets me excited. I always like seeing it. Wish we would see more of these, low-key. But anyway, so back to Ryukyu. She tells them that, a lot of people lost their lives today, so it's not really the best time for you to be celebrating Izuku just yet, but she does tell him thanks. So then we head over back to Overhaul. He's in an ambulance, handcuffed, and one of the guys there mentioned that there's two cases. One is of the aforementioned drug, and one is of the unreleased, unknown, is of another unknown, which we know is the cure, or the serum for the Quark destruction drugs. And then they're on this highway. Then they see in the distance is this truck with the top of it having Shigaraki in it, and there's like this little door where Mr. Compressor, which I don't like that new mask he's wearing now. Really, it's a really basic mask, and I don't like the look of it. Don't know why Horikoshi changed it, but whatever. As well as Darby with Spinner behind the wheel, and I like to see right here. He also got some Soatoga. She's talking on the phone with two. I believe it was also Shigaraki. She's there with Twice, which Twice is now back in his normal clothes. Isn't just like his normal clothes. He's not wearing his mask. He's just like, fight! And he's like, run away! And kill them all. Toga tells them that they couldn't get Eri, but they know that the drugs are probably wherever they are, and that they've been following the police for a while. So anyway, Overhaul and the others get over this. So they're right there. Darby's telling Spinner not to stop weaving because he's getting motion sick. And I like what Spinner here says. He's like, "Is it really okay for us to be killing police? Is that really what Stain's ideology of a real hero society or whatever he said?" Which is very true, because out of everyone in the League of Villains right now, because we know that Shigaraki has used the ideals of Stain to make the League of Villains to what it is now with Darby and all the other guys. Spinner is really the only guy that actually took those ideals to heart. Because let's be frank, Toga doesn't give two flying fucks about, there being real pro heroes, more heroes like All Might, less heroes, like I mentioned before in one of my previous reviews, like Mount Lady, who are just in there for the money. Darby's the same way, don't give two flying fucks. Shigaraki doesn't care, Twice probably doesn't care. Spinner is really the only guy that cares, so I like how Horikoshi brought this up. He's like, Fam, are you sure about this, about us, going after cops? And Shigaraki says, it's a sacrifice that has to be made. So anyway, So then, Darby fires off some flames. There's actually got Procure with them that has a quirk of sand, so so it doesn't work against him. Shigaraki comes in there, jumps up from the top of from the roof of the truck, lands in their sand, but he can't because it's sand. He can't really just decay it. Then you got Mr. Compress firing, throws a little ball into the ring, which turns into a giant ball, which sends the car flying into the air, which means that which allows him to get in the car, or to get on like the main car, break the glass door, and then just spun the truck off the road, and it's on the side. What else is going on? Darby's finishes off against is fighting off against the sand guy. He saved one of the cops, and then Darby's like, "Oh yeah, you heroes protect life, prioritize life, right?" And the dude tells him, "You're him. You're the guy that there's been a lot of cases recently about decaying corpses, or burned corpses, burned corpses." So it's like, so he knows it's you, and he tells do you ever think of the thoughts of the people left behind? He's like, he doesn't care. The dude gets thrown in one of Mr. Compress's balls, and that's the end of that. We then get back to Overhaul. He's on the bed, still handcuffed, with Shigaraki Kiki. He's like, "So who is gonna be the next leader again?" And then we see Overhaul, which, man, I gotta say, it's weird seeing him without the mask. Like, really weird, man. I'm so used to seeing the mask, you actually see his full face. It's just strange. He's like, "So, are you going to kill me?" "No. I thought about what you hated most. I hate you. You're so full of yourself." And then we see Mr. Compressed. He actually fires up one of those balls, and it takes off one of Overhaul's arms. So dude now doesn't scream out or anything. He just looks at it like, "No, okay." And so then, which, by the way, one thing I forgot to mention. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but did anyone else actually got some big Dark Knight vibes off of this scene? This whole highway scene. So that scene in Dark Knight where the cops were also transporting Henry Dent, over because he confessed that because he said he was Batman on the when he actually wasn't. That whole epic scene, the bazooka, and then the tumbler became the bat pod and everything. Like, that scene reminded me so much of this, man. Like, did anyone else get that vibe from this, or was that just me? I don't know. But yeah, I just got some major Dark Knight vibes from this. Although one surprise, because Horikoshi loves Marvel, and I'm pretty sure he also loves DC as well. At the very least, the Dark Knight trilogy, because who the fuck doesn't love the Dark Knight trilogy? So anyway, as I was saying, so he takes off his arm. Then Shigaraki, he pulls up the two little containers with the core destruction drugs as well as serums. He's like, "So which one of these is a finished product?" "Oh well." And then, those takes out his mask. Overhaul also asks him, to give him back. And then he takes his mask off. We see his face, and then Overhaul Mr. Shigaraki just freezes up or decays his other arm, but stops before gets his whole body. And then he grabs out a knife and legit cuts off his other arm. There's blood everywhere. And now Overhaul has no arms left. Now, yes, he can very easily get new arms. He can very easily get what's the word I'm looking for? Shit. I forgot the word I'm looking for. When you get fake limbs. Whatever. Mr. Compress has a new robotic arm as well. So we know he's got his arm back. But excuse me. So, but now Overhaul has his arms, which means he's, as Shigaraki says, the dude's quirkless now, because all his quirk is Overhaul, but he has to touch it first. And I doubt he could, now for all we know, he could use his feet for these sort of things, but as far as we know, he can only do this shit with his hands. So, and even if he gets, new arms, he gets, I can't believe I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but yeah, but he can't get new arms. So, even if he get new robotic arms or whatever, he is still quirkless. He still can't use his quirk, which is quite interesting thing. And this section right here of the episode is really interesting here, because Overhaul then flashes back before a little before Kid, because I believe we saw this earlier, a little bit earlier on in the episode as well, with Overhaul as a kid, and he's with the old man, the leader of the Shia Psych guy. This is like he got in a fight with Skull, and I don't believe I mentioned this earlier in the review. But during this scene, we see Overhaul. The dude tells like, "Hey man, you gotta fight with someone because they call us villains." And he tells the man like, even as the Yakuza, we don't raise our hands in retaliation. And he puts his hand on his head. He says, even though you did a bad thing, thank you for protecting the honor of the Shie Saikai. And he remembers that. And then this moment here, also, we get some amazing voice acting from Shigaraki's Japanese voice actor. I'm definitely hyped to rewatch this in the English dub on Toonami when we finally when that airs, because it's gonna be lit, man, with the dub. Shigaraki goes on, but now all of your power, now all of what you have worked for, the fruits of your labor are mine now, because he takes it serious. Realist, which is true. This Overhaul spent years of his life training Eri, doing everything he did with Eri, putting the old man into a comatose state just to get these drug fixes, and now it's all vanishing before his eye, and he loses it, and then just in a flash, he loses everything. He loses his quirk, he pretty much loses his father figure, and he lost the fruits of his labor. This man has nothing left at this point. Which, man, like I mentioned from the earlier review, karma's a bitch, isn't it? Or, if I want to quote the Joker, that he got what he fucking deserved, And then right there, his face starts breaking up into hives, and then he just screams out. Now, Funimation actually posted this clip of the episode on their YouTube channel, and I watched it a couple times after I finished watching the episode before I hit record. And while I was, at the doctor's earlier today to get some medicine for me, and check out what's going on with my nose, because I was actually bleeding a little bit earlier because your boy kind of was blowing a little too hard. So anyway, and I was watching this clip and I was reading the comments. A lot of people were mentioning about this one scene, especially with Shigaraki, with Overhaul crying or screaming out, and the scream from Overhaul's Japanese voice actor was grade A shit, excellent, amazing scream right there. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys agree with me on this. I think we can all agree on that. Overhaul was not crying or screaming out in pain, and the look on his face when Shigaraki was going off about how he's going to steal everything from him, that was the face of a man that struck him with absolute fear. He looked at him, and he just screams out, not because he loses his quirk, or because he lost all that he's worked for. I think he's crying out because he just pretty much lost his father figure. Because remember, Overhaul put him in that comatose state, and he said he was going to fix him up once everything got into plan. Now he's in a comatose state that he created, that most likely they can't fix, that the heroes or with the doctors probably can't fix, and he can't save him anymore because he lost his arms. That is such Shigaraki is a G, man. To really, because after everything, if there's one thing that Overhaul cared about, it was him. He cared about the leader of the Shie Saikai. That was pretty much his father to him. So he pretty much lost his father today. And just think about it, man. That's just some crazy shit, man. That is, for Overhaul at least, it's probably a fate worse than death, honestly. For him, anyway. But yeah, man, and you gotta give props to Horikoshi. I mean, my man Horikoshi was like, oh yeah, you think you're gonna do this all to little Eri unscathed, motherfucker? Oh no, I got a worthy punishment for you. That's probably what Horikoshi's thinking, his mindset with Overhaul. Now, obviously with my own little phrasing in there, but I gotta give my man props to Horikoshi. I mean, this is some fucked up shit he came up with, man. So props to my man Horikoshi. So anyway. After this, Shigaraki, Darby, and Mr. Compressed, they all just walk away. And this badass shot with all three of them just walking away, and you got the fire in the background. It looked fucking epic. So then we're back to Izuku in the hospital, and this is when it started to get a little emotional with Sir Nida. So the doctor tells Izuku that everything seems to be in okay shape, but he asks her what happened to your arms? And then Izuku just completely avoids the question. He's like, so how is everyone else doing? Aizawa comes in there. Tells everyone to fight Kirishima. He had lacerations and bruises all over his body. I like those when we see him. He just has like this super serious expression while he's just like completely wrapped up in bed. It looked pretty funny. He was fine. He got some injuries. We saw Rock and his hot ass Asian wife. Lord have mercy, lucky bastard, lucky bastard. You guys know what I think of her. We see the rest of the guys. Tamaki had a broken bone in his face, probably from that fall he took. Togata was fine. Excuse me. Everyone else seemed to be doing fine. And seemed to be like, critically injured. Everyone else, they had some broken bones and everything, and I saw had 10 stitches, but besides that, they were all good to go. So anyway, he then leads them over. Then Izuku asks him about Eri. How is Eri doing? He tells them that Eri is that she's still feverish and sleeping, and that she's been quarantined out because of her quirk, or I say quirk in quotations, but you guys know what I mean by that because I do think legit if Horikoshi was making an X-Men cross, it was making a Marvel cross, but he would make her a mutant. I don't know, that just anyway. But yeah, her quirk, because of her quirk, they can't really because they don't know she doesn't know how to control it. It's best if we just keep her separate. And he also said that we can't rely on her quirk because they don't know because she doesn't know how to control it, which is pretty much Horikoshi's way of making sure her quirk doesn't really end up impacting or compromising what happens to later events, to where the suspense and just the overall dread and anticipation of future seeds is just gone because of her quirk and how it works. And Chief even mentioned in his review last week that, since he's a manga, he mentioned that, nothing has happened really where Eri has compromised story or made, or you think he might write, or, Horikoshi might have written himself into some holes or anything. So thankfully, and at least that's what he said last week, so thankfully that's a good thing to hear that Horikoshi definitely has planned this shit out with Eri. Which I look forward to seeing more of Eri, because I know we're going to see more of her in the series. I've seen some pictures of her wearing this, cute little dress in the manga panel, so you guys are going to like what we see. I've known some people also ship her with Shota, which I hope my man Izuku becomes a good wingman. He introduces her to him. I think that would just be cute. Just Izuku, or just they meet each other. I think that would just be pretty fucking cute, man. I don't know. Tell me down below what you guys agree with me. But anyway, he goes over there, and he then tells them that they can't rely on his quirk, and then they go into this room where Sir Nidai is, and that's where they found that All Might is also there. We see Sir Nidai. They say that they can't do anything about him. He's pretty much dead. Recovery Girl can't use her quirk on him. It doesn't really do anything. And the doctors are like, I don't even know how the fuck this dude's still alive. So they go over there. The dude's hooked up to wires and everything. All Might and Izuku go over there. Izuku's telling live, damn it. And All Might's like, and I love even on his deathbed, Sir Nidai has a sense of humor. He's like, All Might, you finally feel like seeing me on my deathbed? I don't know if that was a joke. I think it was a joke. Either way, I laughed. I thought it was funny. He tells him, he's sorry, that's why I don't even know what to say to that. Let me atone from this. He just tried to make up with it. And Sir Knight tells him, man, I don't resent you. All I've ever wanted for you was you to be happy, man. And that's it. And then we get to kind of get some explanation what happened with Izuku and Sir Nidai's quirk and how it actually works. Sir Nidai mentions that he thinks that future is certain, that you can't change it, it's tries multiple times, but Izuku, what he did, ended up showing Sir Nidai a different future than what he originally saw. And I think that the reason behind that was from the energy, i.e. the power of friendship. If we want to just make this super, oversimplify it. And because of the energy that everyone else had and the drive they all had to protect Eri and get her safe, from Izuku, from not just Izuku, but from Togata to Tamaki to Kirishima, Uraraka as well. From everybody, that all that energy kind of collected against within Izuku and was released, and that's how Izuku managed to change the future like he did. And then Togata comes in there in the corner of the eye, you see this nurse sees him, and then later on while Sir Nidai is going on, you just see this poor old nurse just trying to hold back Togata, but the man's just going forward, man. And also, props to Togata's Japanese voice actor here. Great stuff from him as well. He goes over to Togata, he's just like Izuku. He's like, live, damn it, live, Sir Nidai, there's so much that you still need to teach me, come on. And then He said, and then Sir Nai mentions that at first he only lured him in as a vessel for one fall, but then because he believed in him, he stuck with him. He became his pride, and then he touches him, and he touches his face, and he uses foresight. And then we see the film reels, but it's all kind of like scratched out. You don't see it, but then it gets zoomed in before it just fades to white. And he says that you will become even greater hero than anyone else, and this future shouldn't change. Now we don't see anything from it. We don't see if whether or not he's right. We don't know if he's wrong, but we don't see it. Now, like I mentioned before, do I think Togeto being quirkless is going to be permanent? No, especially when we know that the quirk, recovery drugs, the serum exists. We know it's not good. Either they're gonna find a way to get it away from the League of Village, or Eri might strap herself to Togeta's back, and he gets back his core. Either way, it's not gonna be permanent. I don't think, anyway. And so then that's when Sir Night finally flatlines, dies, and that's when the episode ends. So yeah, Sir Night dies. Yo, it was sad. The voice acting here was great, and I guess that means I gotta consider that Sir Night video that I've been hyping up. Which I might actually try and record that sometime this weekend. Yeah, because I know, and I hope you guys like it. I've been liking it before. I've been hyping it up for pretty much almost all of Season 4's been airing. But yeah, so overall, guys, I'm going to give this episode a 10 out of 10. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Instagram, Tori Flag, links on the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.